Hey, what's going on, friends? My podcast every day is broken up into two parts on the free platform. The first part, Act 1, is right now. When it's all done, go right on over to Act 2 to get the second half of the podcast. Thank you so much for checking out my show. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports studio. Impact Power Sports. You can find them online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Great place to go to get a Yamaha golf cart just in time for the spring. Maybe a side-by-side, ATV, UTV, motorcycle, go-kart, scooter. Oh, my gosh, I got it all there. Dirt bike. Having so much fun. Ripping up the trails. Snowmobile. Oh, tell you what, we need one of those around here now. We've just been getting hammered every single day. More snow, more snow. Pooh Bear pissed off today because if you look at a map of the multi-county area where I live, you're talking about several, like let's just say 10, 12, 13 counties. Every single one of them does not have school today, except for Pooh Bear's school district and the neighboring one. And I go, why is this? And she says, well, I guess they like feed off of each other. Like if one calls it, the other one will. And vice versa. So they like are in a standoff. I go, well, that's dumb. Now, she did get to school safely, but, I mean, I have a friend who drives a school bus, and he slid through an intersection yesterday, and two of his district's buses ditched. So, I don't know, man. But, anyway, and it's going to get really bad, too. This is remarkable. Tomorrow, we've got a low of minus 12. And then if you factor in wind, it's going to feel 25 below. 25 below. It's ridiculous and amazing. I'm noticing that people on social media are starting to drop, oh, I'm sick of this. I've had it. And I don't get upset about that. Considering the fact that a huge portion of the economy is dependent on snow, especially in a state where the outdoors are key. So, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm saying this is what you need to do. If you're a guy or girl who's butthurt because the weather is cold and there's snow and ice, get your ass out there. What do you mean? Well, there are 1 million things to do. And honestly, if you start moving, it's not nearly as cold as you think it is. So if it's like 20 and you're standing out there picking your ass, yes, that's cold. But if you're snowshoeing, it's going to feel like it's 40 or 50. And you're outdoors breathing crisp, cool, amazing air. Do it. Snowshoeing, what? Huh? No, seriously. Cross-country skiing's the fucking best, too. And your heart and lungs are going to get a workout. Downhill skiing, now that, I can't do that. I hurt myself years ago, and I think I blew out my ACL, and then I never got it repaired because it's come apart a few times. I don't think I have stability in one of my knees. Megan says cross-country skiing is awful. Downhill is where it's at. Well, it's a lot of work, to be sure. So that is an easy way to not get, like, bogged down with the winter blues. You know, you hear about people like, oh my God, I've been inside. You will feel so much better if you get out and do something. And then every time I turn on the TV, there are numerous things that they say that you must do at this time of year that they're reminding you of. A, take it easy on the roads, which I like to repeat that. I like to reiterate that. Even with my rear-wheel drive truck, I crush it. You know, I just keep it at 40 miles an hour. And then everybody hates me. I was on the way home from, in fact, I should have just taken the surface streets. If it's that bad, I'm just going to stay off of the interstate from now on. And here's why. Because I'm doing 40 miles an hour on the interstate, and I'm going to cause a wreck. There was this 18-wheeler behind me when I was coming back from the hockey game last night. And he's pissed off. And I don't blame him. I'm like, I shouldn't be on here. I'm a fucking menace. But so I go, well, I better speed up. Maybe give this guy a break. And so I got into the gas just a little bit and immediately started fishtailing. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to be that guy. So the poor son of a bitch had to pass me. I wasn't on the interstate for very long, but I think going forward with treacherous conditions, I'm just going to avoid it altogether. Then there's the make sure you bring your pets inside. Yeah, well, first of all, let me just say this. If you're a guy who leaves your dogs out all the time, why do you have a dog? To just look at once in a while, you idiot. Bring your dogs inside or give your dog to Maureen here. Surrender your dog if you're dickhead who the dog can look forward to a day of freezing and being chained to a doghouse with a frozen bull because you're too fucking lazy to give it water, you asshole. My God. Poor Maureen here. She goes out on a regular basis and visits and tries to convince lazy fuckers in the shittiest parts of Michigan to bring their dogs in and give them some water. I don't understand it. Bob says nutsack frozen to the porch. Yeah, that was from Joe Dirt. I think that was part of it, that movie. Like, look at these dogs behind me. They absolutely have it made. You got Darla there. You got Bruce there. O'Neill's hanging out on the ground. More on the dog care here at the household in a second. But honestly, bring the dogs in. That's message number 2 you hear every time of year at about this time when it's snowy and cold. Slow down. Bring your pets in. And if these people did these things, we wouldn't have to say this. And then there's the ones that, yeah, we know. No, you don't. You don't know. Because there are a ton of morons that absolutely do not do the suggestions that I'm giving you right now. And for me, they're not suggestions. You either do it or you fuck off. Very important that the car is loaded up with like everything you would need to survive if you run the car in the ditch, because this does happen. We only get about 90 minutes of daylight a day where I live right now. So you get these people that drive like cocksuckers and then they put it into the ditch. Thank you to BB_Beck_Becca. Is that Becca Shea or is that Jeremy's Rebecca? Thank you for subscribing on Twitch. So, yeah, Hey, I drive like an asshole, and then I put it in the ditch. And then there are people who, when they put it in the ditch, they're going to stay in the ditch, and no one's going to find them. Car's not coming out. They're not going to be found till, I don't know, they call someone or daylight. And it's, God help you if you're unconscious. So you got to have in the vehicle everything you can have to survive. Food, water, lots of warm gear, possibly a kerosene heater, perhaps a stove, a camp stove, porta-john, blankets, dogs to snuggle with, pillows, Serta Perfect mattress. Jason Terry here says booze, yes, plenty of alcohol, shovel. These are all things that you need. Be prepared, as the Boy Scouts say. So Pooh Bear was pissed off because her school not canceled. But, okay, I get it. I understand. But at the same time, if you get too many of these damn snow days, you got to make that shit up at the end of the year. They always hate that. All right. What do I have for you today? Big Vet has won again, ladies and gentlemen. I talked about this to some degree on the Patreon yesterday, but it's worth discussing now. If you've listened to me or watched me for any amount of time, especially lately, there have been numerous big ticket vet items. And they were all very, very necessary. You had Bruce with a benign tumor on his spleen, which was really messing with him. And to get him clear of that required surgery and some emergency care, all very costly. And I can't be here attacking the vet industry for any of that at all. Nor will I for the care about O'Neill for his, what is the disease he has? I know it's cancer, but it's multiple myeloma. And I have to admit, though, I was a little bit confused because I brought him in for a checkup after 3 months of chemotherapy. And they took some blood work and they examined him. And then the blood test confirmed that the medicine is working. He is in remission. Now, I don't know what all goes into that. But I'm just going to tell you from my standpoint. I dropped the dog off. He's examined by the oncologist. They draw the blood, and then they test the blood. And then they get these results. They tell me, before I buy more chemotherapy, which is about $160 for a few months. Chemotherapy is not that expensive. They go, all right, you're free to go. Check out. And it was $950 for that. And I got to go back in like another couple of months to, they have a fire pit at the, an indoor fire pit at the facility. And you give your money to them, like, okay, here's $1,000. And then they give you these paper big vet bucks. And then you put the big vet bucks into the fire pit and you light it on fire, symbolic to what you're doing there. I'm getting a lot of, hey, yeah, good news about O'Neill. I'm sorry. I could have swore I shared this. I'm fairly sure I did. Maybe others Maybe I did it at a time. Maybe it was on Patreon or something like that. Man Bun Chris says, that's great news. You're a good pet dad. Alan says, your vet needs to be investigated by the FBI. That's outstanding. Rue State Blob is here in New Jersey. He says, I got a $374 vet bill for me yesterday. Those sting. Now, why did Big Vet win again? Because on this show, I talked to you about how I'm pretty sure Bruce has a ear infection. Little background. He got the damn thing, and it's my fault. I actually gave him an ear infection. How did that happen, Easy? He was getting remarkably finicky with this this food that is very, very specifically made to not cause allergic reactions. It's called Derm Complete, and it's worked beautifully. Because if he's on any other medicine, he just has the runs all the damn time. He's kind of miserable, and he gets ear infections. And I don't know what convinced me that it was okay to give him the food that causes that, but I convinced myself it was okay. That was a mistake. Sure enough, he gets a fucking ear infection. I think Benny's got one too. So then I'm like, okay. Well, I talked about it on here, and then you guys were like, no, you got it all wrong. You got to go to Tractor Supply and get like livestock medication. All right. Now, I understand the effort on your part, but you all who suggested that are really fucking stupid. Okay? And first of all, you're not supposed to do that because you're going to fuck up the dosage and you're going to make the dog sick. So any asshole on here who tells you, yeah, all you got to do is go get what do you call it? Man Bun Chris said, go get some ivermectin and just jam it in the dog's asshole. That's not going to work. You dick. So I'm like, all right. I was heading out to there because I saw they had the medicine I need. It's an ear medicine. I go, fuck yes. These hillbillies are right. I can go get this. I'm such an asshole because I get there and I'm looking in the ear section for pets and this medicine is not there. And I know this medicine works. And I'm like, oh my God, Big Vet has been pounding my asshole and not telling me I could just go pick this up at Tractor Supply. But that's not true at all. And I found this out because I'm looking at the Tractor Supply website on my phone. It says you can get Momentum Max at Tractor Supply. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, I'm just going to go to the hillbilly that's working at the cashier. I'll go to the cashier. Hey, where's this shit? And as I'm walking over to where she is, she's a toothless woman with one ear because she got mauled by a burro. Okay? She's got one ear and one tit. The tit got cleaved off in a thresher. She has no shoes on, no socks. Her face is just chunks of skin falling off of it. It's a hard living. They only hire hard living line people to work there. Hello to Beck. I was asking earlier if BB_Beck_Becca is the two Rebeccas that are here quite often, and I guess we have yet another Rebecca or Beck here. Hello, Beck. It might be Rebecca. It might be Becker. It might be Carson Beck. I don't know. Anyway, I go walking up to this hillbilly woman, and I'm looking at the phone, and I see the tiniest font next to the name of the medicine. RX. And I go, oh! That tells me this is a prescription. Scroll a little more. It says, can be purchased after vet prescription approval. And I'm like, oh, this sucks. I leave. I get in the car. I call the vet. And, yeah, hey, Bruce here. He needs some Momentumax, this ear medicine. She goes, okay, yeah, okay. Have we seen Bruce recently? Now, I know what they're doing. They want to make sure that, okay, what they don't like, if Bruce has been seen for an ear infection in the last 6 months, they will sell you the medicine. They will write the prescription. He has not been seen in the last 6 months for an ear infection. He's been seen, but not for an ear infection. But I'm going to try to slip this past the goalie. Hang on, my phone's been buzzing like crazy. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything important. There's a couple of things that are bubbling under. Okay, I think I'm good. She goes, okay, well, I'm looking. And right at this point, as soon as she says, well, I go, oh, I'm fucked. Yeah, I don't see Bruce coming in for a ear infection. I go, right. I was kind of hoping you could just write me the prescription. Now, that is known as the opposite of buy the book. Buy the book is what she's doing. I am asking her to just approve it and save me the trip of bringing with the dog. And that's that. But she's by the book. So she says, the doctors don't like that. They don't like to just, and I go, I know that. But you know what I don't like? What's about to happen. Now, they all know me very well. She goes, I cannot do that, Eric. And I'm like, what the fuck? Come on, live on the edge. For once, why can't we just, it's okay. Now, I don't know what the issue is with this. I don't know. Maybe he's got a brain tumor in there. I doubt it. He's got a fucking ear infection. Man Bun Chris writes, play it cool. Don't be a narc, lady. So I had to make an appointment today at 2. Now as soon as there's a setup there, as soon as she goes, confirmed, like an alarm goes off. All right. And then these giant dollar signs fall from the ceiling at the vet. And then dollar bills, like, you know how in the national championship game when Indiana won all that confetti, dollars start falling and the doctors start dancing. They go, ha ba ba da ba, we're in the money. Yeah, da 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 da. Like, he did it again. He did it again. Fuck yes. We're going to Barbados. Fuck yes. And, you know, they're getting ready for, it's going to be great for dry butt sex on me. And then they get huge cash, and then I leave. The goal was to get through January without another $1,000 bill for the vet. So I know exactly how this is going to go. I walk in, and all I would like to do is just get the ear looked at, and get the medicine, and fucking leave. But the problem is, I can't, because they'll say, oh, he's due for this, and this. You should do that. Whatever. Vaccinations for whatever they could be. And so they go, okay, well, the ear exam is this much and the medicine is this much. That'll be $80. But you're also due this laundry list of shit that if you don't have, the dog will be dead by the time you get home. So then that means probably another $1,000. Dollar signs fall from the ceiling. Everybody's happy. Everybody goes home wealthy. My God. It's like taking a car to the dealership. 60-point inspection, says Beck number 3. Piano Fingerbanger says, this is why you need pet insurance. Chris says, it's like when Janine in Ghostbusters hit the buzzer and yelled, we got one! And then he writes, timely reference, LOL. Becca Shea says, I think more people would have pets if the health care for them wasn't so expensive. Tyler says they buy it from Tractor Supply themselves and triple that price. Can you imagine if I was at Tractor Supply looking for that medicine? And, hey, Eric, how are you? Hey, yeah, I'm just here to get some of that. Oh, you can't. What do you mean? You got to get it from me. So, all right. And they're like clearing off the shelf into a cart, and then they buy it all and just sell it. God damn it. Bread Bull Brain Chris says, my old eye doctor would buy a new Corvette every few years, personalized plate 2020. He's no longer my eye doctor. Rebecca K writes, Rebecca's are awesome. She is known as Miss Twat-a-lot. So, yes, we have 3 Beccas here. Hey, this is Eric Zane, and your information is being sold online. You know, the personal stuff. Search your own name. It's surprising what's out there. That's because people are taking your information and they're selling it. I've got a way to make all of your personal information disappear. You are not for sale. Whether you agreed to it or not, that information is available for people to buy and sell. Not okay. It's 100% true. Data brokers make billions selling your private details, and you get nothing. You don't even get a choice. Aura lets you fight back. AURA. They remove your personal data from broker sites and keep it off. Aura also alerts you fast if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura is more than just data broker removal. It's a full digital security suite that protects every part of your life online. Aura gives you a VPN to stay private, antivirus to block threats, a password manager to keep logins safe, and spam call protection to cut off the scammers. Aura also scans the dark web for your most sensitive info like your social security number, bank logins, and passwords, and notifies you instantly if they are exposed. And if your identity is ever stolen, you're backed up by up to $5 million in insurance and 24/7 U.S.-based fraud support to help you recover quickly. And right now, you can try Aura free for 14 days when you visit aura.com/remove. AURA.com/remove. That's enough time for Aura to start removing your personal information from data broker sites. Sign up today at aura.com/remove and get the peace of mind that your privacy, identity, and finances are safeguarded. AURA.com/remove. Certain terms apply. See the site for details. All right, so that, I lose again. And the appointment is at 2. And I hope for the best. The thing is, Benny also needs to go to the vet, too. There's always something going on. Look, now, when Daisy passed away a few years ago, we could have made the decision to, hey, let's let all the pets grow, and then eventually the pets will go to the Rainbow Bridge, and then slowly over time we can scale back, which is kind of good because, some dogs live 15 years, 15, 20 years, and I'm not getting younger. So, I'm not saying that if I lost my dogs in the next few years, would I get more dogs? Of course. Would I get one? Absolutely. Would I get two? Probably. Would I get three? No. Now, I say that now, but you never know with me because I did the same thing with Daisy. That would have been a perfect opportunity to just feel sad. The dog went to the Rainbow Bridge, loved 3 dogs, and then all that, what I just said happens because of the reasons that are there. Next thing you know, I was at Bosco's Pub making French fries, which I hope to be able to do one day again soon. And I get a text. It's Pooh Bear. It's 2 or 3 weeks after Daisy went to the Rainbow Bridge. And it's Darla here as a puppy. And I'm like, oh my God. She goes, how about this friend? And I'm like, there is no way I could possibly refuse that type of moment. It's just not in the cards. The only way, if when Daisy went to the Rainbow Bridge, like if before that, let's say everything was fine, one day she just happened to, because it was quite sudden when that happened. But let's say a month before I said, this, I want to do this. I want to slowly, we're going to have less dogs. Then you've kind of laid the groundwork, the foundation down. Got people on board. Get them to come around to the way you're thinking. It makes logical sense. But I didn't do that. So then here we are. We're in this state of sadness. Daisy's at the Rainbow Bridge. No Daisy. All of a sudden, Pooh Bear sees a puppy Darla, and it's over. You're fucked. So that's an important thing I think you should do if you're in a situation like I am. Lay your groundwork early for paring down the pets over time. Otherwise, you're going to be an island because the whole family is going to rally around this puppy. And when they present it to you, like, hey, what about this one? If you aren't like, yeah, they hate you. And God help you if you put your foot down like, no, like you're going to be stubborn about it. You're fucked. You will get your ass kicked. Tyler says, I've already warned my wife that after our 2 dogs pass, hopefully not for a long time, no more dogs. Now, I could never do that. I don't know how long I'm going to live, but my dad's 90, it'll be 92 in March. So I would say the last age that I could get a dog would be 80. Donut Dan is here. He says, I'm starting to think that the Marine recruiter was right in high school. Some of you get that reference, not all of you. It was discussed recently on the show. Breaks my heart. Rebecca says, meanwhile, I'm over here sending Jeremy pics of animals available for adoption. New Becca says, excuse me, Our dog was once surrendered because his health failed. She's the best. It says plot hound ever. Is that? I think that might be bloodhound. I'm not 100% sure, unless there is actually a dog called a plot hound. I've not heard of a plot hound. And then she wrote, breed plot. It is a bear dog for bear hunting. Oh my God. David says, get as many as you want. Just have one of the kids take it after you die. Beck says, we lived up north. All right, so that's part of my day today. It is a Big Fraud Thursday. As you know, I have a Patreon. It's a second platform. This platform is all the free material that I put out on a regular basis. The Patreon, or the free one, is powered by sponsors. The Patreon is sponsored by you, powered by your dollars and cents. If you want to subscribe to my Patreon, go to patreon.com/Eric Zane. But I make it so that you can have a free 7-day trial. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Today we have a Big Fraud Thursday. We kick it off at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's with Who Are These Free Beers? That is the first show that we do. It goes about an hour. You can get first crack at it on Patreon. When you sign up for the free 7 days, sign up for Tier 2, because then you can watch, listen, be part of the live stream. And then when it's all said and done, the 7 days, if you've canceled it beforehand, which you still get the 7 days if you do, and you're like, I love this, let's keep it going, go back in and re-enable your card. Today, though, on Who Are These Free Beers, I've been spending time today coming up with clips which feature a segment that the gang did yesterday. And the segment was described as rated PG insults or put downs. Can I just say, this may have been one of the most fruitless, awkward, dead-end, dud bits that I have heard in a long, long time. What you have here is they all have the same list. It's actually pre-written jokes, PG put-downs that I guess aren't nasty. Whatever, who gives a fuck? And, okay, now in the context, and some of them weren't bad, but in the context of an actual give and take where you're arguing with each other or saying something nasty. I mean, I say mean shit all the time. Some PG, some not PG on Facebook when I get into Facebook fights. I do that all the fucking time. In the scope of battle, they work. But when you're just reading them to each other and there's no emotion involved in it, it's going to sound like this sounded. And my God, what an absolute shit show. Oh, the crew was like, somebody would read one of them and then you'd get a lot of, oh, wow. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, God. And I am just going over this with a fine-tooth comb, and it is a target-rich environment. Let me tell you that. Really, really great. So I am taking the lemons and making lemonade out of it, and it is sweet lemonade. There is nothing more gratifying to me to listen to such an audio radio catastrophe so far removed from when I built that show. I sound like Tony Gates, but it's true, into being the juggernaut that it was at the time. Unstoppable. Fucking funny. And then over time, more and more of it got stripped away, and it's turned into the absolute disaster shit show that audience members get on a regular basis now. My God. I am so happy that this show is still successful. If it was not successful, we would not be able to have the fun that we are having right now with that catastrophe. So thank you, free beer and hot wings. New Beck says, you are a pot stirrer. LOL. 100%. Can you give me a little bit of information about you? How did you find me? Are you new to everything I've done, or do you know of my rich history? The time I spent on the radio. Did you listen to me on the radio at any one point? Did you just discover me by chance on here? Becca Shea says, I haven't listened to them since the beginning of this year. Becca Shea, I want you to listen, because the more you're listening, another set of ears I have on the shit show there, that means someone can tip me off about something that's happening. When you listen, you're a mole. New Beck says, hockey games is what I have a history of, I guess, with me. And I remember listening back then. Okay, so you got out of the habit of listening. Have not joined me here. Plus Q100, I think you sound like Paul Harvey. You know, you are not the first person to tell me that, and that is a huge compliment. Because when doing radio monologue style, you have to do that. You have to present in that careful, meticulous way. How did you discover Q100? I need more info from you, Beck. Can you do me a favor? Can you send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, on the Shoreliner Striping inbox? Send it along to me and give me a once-over about, like, how you got to where we are right now. Because I'd like to know who's listening. I'd like to know as much about you as I possibly can. And I like that. Frankly, I don't get a lot of dialogue from people. I work in my house. I talk to my dogs. My brother-in-law talks to himself in the other room. And Pooh Bear's not here right now. I won't see her till 8 o'clock tonight. And I love it when new people discover. I always want to know what's going on in your world. Black Belt Nick says, now that New Beck says that, I can hear the voice similarity. Becca Shea says, wow, you do sound like Paul Harvey. Well, you have to realize how fantastic of a compliment that is. That is, in my opinion, one of the most gifted storytellers on the planet when he was with us. And I don't know if it's necessarily tone, because he used to go, Paul Harvey, good day. It's pace. Pausing at appropriate times. Now, not all of my pauses work. Sometimes I pause because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But a lot of the time, when you're storytelling, you present it the way I do it, I can see the similarities. Holy shit. That is wind in my sails to tell me that I remind you of Paul Harvey. Motherfucker. It's Paul Harvey with motherfuckers, is what it is. Today, when I was getting clips for Who Are These Free Beers, something unfortunate happened. And I was editing clips, and you can hear Freebeer's voice and Hot Wings' voice in my headphones, and our voice of an angel Kelly, and I'm pulling the clips and saving them, and I have to listen to it. And now at that time, while that's happening, I'm doing the radio show on Q100. A song is playing, and I have time to edit. The problem was I had one of my faders on my control board up and in program, which means that's going on the air on Q100. So Northern Michigan is hearing like Elton John, and also while Elton John is singing, they're hearing Free Beer and Hot Wings show. Motherfuck! And I'm pretty sure it went on for quite a extended amount of time, like about 5 minutes of me editing clips. I've never done this before. I mean, I've done it many times. I just haven't done it on this radio station. And then I took a break, and I clicked on the people can send texts, and I can look at them via the computer. And I go, let's see what so-and-so wants to hear. What Molly Hatchet song? And someone says, we're hearing, they think that it's me talking. Because it's kind of hard to make out. You can tell there's a voice. They're hearing, Levon wears his war boots like a clown, or whatever. And then they hear Free Beer and Hot Wings. But they think it's me. I left my mic open. I did not. And so I'm getting messages that say, who's that voice? You left your mic open. What's going on? And I'm like, right away I go, oh no, fuck. Immediately check my phone. I'm looking for a text that says, what the fuck? From JC. I got nothing. I think, wow, that was bad. Rebecca says, did any of the Hilljacks call to yell at you for interrupting their radio? No. Rue State Blob checks in. He says, Eric, and I go, something happened. Seasoned Eric Zane Show podcast listener. It's about feces 7 out of 10 times. That is great advice for any new people. So when I say something happened 7 out of 10 times, it's a story that involves feces. The time when the Dan Patrick show, I just told a story not long ago. I was editing something, and I was editing out the word fuck, but it was me saying it. And I don't know why. It doesn't matter. I would highlight it and then make sure that I had it all just the way I wanted it before I executed the cut. So I had to make sure that I didn't have any of the f or any of the k of the word fuck. So I'm repeatedly hitting it, and it's going fuck, 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 fuck. And same thing. Exact same thing as what happened today. But Dan Patrick's talking to whatever, Phil Simms about football. And while that's happening, you're hearing fuck, 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 fuck. And then Crystal comes walking in, and she goes, hey. I go, yeah, hey, what's up? And my mic's not on or anything. I go, yeah, hey, what's going on? Crystal, what can I have? Are you okay? Yeah. Why? Well, we're getting calls from numerous people. The TV station call. They want to know why you're screaming the word fuck over Dan Patrick. I go, what? What are you talking about? But I don't react. I just go, what? Assholes playing a prank. This is bullshit. Sick and tired of these trolls. Yeah, it's got to be Free Beer and Hot Wings. I can promise you I'm not on the radio saying fuck. Give me a break. She turns around. I'm like, oh my God in heaven. Does a recording of that exist? I don't think so. You don't need a recording. I just told you what happened. I think the word fuck went out over Dan Patrick probably at least 10 times. Just wait until new Becca learns about Gary. Oh, my God. Does anybody know the episode about what episode it was when I told the first story of Gary at the Men's Warehouse? Because if we have a new, thank you. It's episode number 940. Now, new Becca, you have a homework assignment. Not only would I like you to introduce yourself, more about yourself, so we can have that type of dialogue, but I want you to, on my audio podcast, which is this, but audio, check out episode number 940. Right now we're at nearly 1,680. But on episode 940, that is the gold standard. I've never told a more absurd story on the air than episode 940. And you will learn about the infamous Gary from the Men's Warehouse incident. You see? Now, because not everybody knows, but this Twitch stream becomes an audio podcast. So what you do is you grab your mobile device and either Spotify or Apple podcasts or all you have to do is search my name, Eric Zane Show Podcast. And it opens up a whole world of all these episodes. And you need to go back to episode number 940. In fact, let me guess. I think that if you just did an internet search, let's find this out for ourselves if it's this simple. Like if I went in here and typed Eric Zane, I can't spell my own name. Hang on. Eric Zane Show Podcast, episode 940. Okay. Do not click on the third one down. This one is from my Reddit page. The most ridiculous, disturbing story I've ever told. AKA, okay, on that very top of the Google return, the Google search, a very top hit, will take you to this link to my Reddit page. And on it is a link. And all you need to do is click on that and then click play. That is it. The Gary from the Men's Warehouse incident happened more than 3 years ago. That would have been November-ish of 2022. Let's see. Chris in Buffalo says episode 940 is about the time that I started listening to EZ. Chris adds, Eric and I are on a weird wavelength sometimes. I know where he's going. LOL. Similar humor, similar talking. That's a great thing. It's a great compliment, actually. If we've connected on that level, I can promise you there are other people that have a similar type of connection. You know what's happening. You know where I'm at. If I could continue to have that type of success. So we're all on the same page. And I'm thinking we are. Amazon Music also has your podcast as well. Black Belt Nick writes. Rebecca says, this is the greatest story you will ever hear. Gary lives in infamy within this chat. Show lore. What if, can you imagine if I went back to the Men's Warehouse and it was like a documentary style episode with the players that were at the Men's Warehouse, the other employees, the tailor, Gary himself. My God. Stevie says, poor Gary. I wonder if he still works there. Megan says, have you ever wondered if anyone ever gave this to Gary to hear? Oh, that'd be great. I remember there was actually a picture of him that existed. And I don't know, I think it was Rob who might have sent it along to me. There's a picture of Gary at the Men's Warehouse on the phone. And I don't know how that could be. All people had to go on when I told the story was Gary from the Men's Warehouse, Granville, Michigan. Gary. And I wonder if I do it, it'll come back. It might even be in the show notes, the picture of Gary from that actual podcast. All right, that is Act 1 of the podcast. Act 2 is available right after this one. Go check it out. What are you doing? Don't miss a second of it. Thank you so much.